Right, hello everybody. Just going to do a taste test of the pale ale we brewed quite a while back. Must be a month and a half or something. Anyway, we brewed it a while back. I did a 40 litre batch. There is a video, I think it's titled One Brew, Two Beers or something like that, where I did a standard pale ale, which I'll go through the recipe with you in a minute. I did a standard pale ale, 40 litres, split it into 220s, left one as standard as what the recipe was, and the other one I dry hopped with 22 grams of mosaic and 44 grams of Muchuaker, and we're just going to have a taste test, show you how we got on. So, remembering which is which. This one, 2 dots on top, so I know, is the standard pale. We'll get this in a glass. Leave that there. And this is the hopped one. And this has turned out better than what I expected. Probably poured them a little bit too aggressive, but right, so there we are. We've got us 2 beers, and straight away I can smell that from here. Now, Muchuaker, if that's how you pronounce it, it's a hop I'd never used before, but it's definitely one I'll be using again, definitely. As you can see, the one on my left is the hopped one, which is a little bit more, let's get rid of some of them bubbles, hazy. Both pretty clear. So I'll just run through the recipe right quick with you, for those of you that are interested. Now, the pale that I brewed was out of the second edition of the Homebrew Beer book by Greg Hughes, and it's on page 110. Pale ale. And we've got this for a 23. This recipe is for a 23 litre batch. I can give you a recipe for a 40 litre batch as well. So we had pale malt, 4.3 kilo, light crystal malt, 95 grams. That's your grain bill. Your hops, Challenger, 35 grams, start at boil. East Kent Goldings, 23 grams at turn off or flame out, and Styrian Goldings, 16 grams at turn off or flame out, whatever you want to call it. Protafloc for last 15, and it says White Labs WLP 005 British ale yeast, and I think I used Fermentus USO 5, and that's it. That's your 23 litre batch, and for those that are interested in doing a bigger volume, I did 40 litres, your pale malt 7.310 kilo, your crystal went up to 161 grams, your Challenger was 59 grams, Your East Kent Goldings were 39 grams and your Styrian Goldings were 27 grams. Everything else was the same. So that's your recipe. And like I say, for a pale ale, it's a good beer to experiment with because it'll carry flavours pretty well. So this is the unhopped version, and there's not really a lot on nose, just a bit of a bland beery smell, if you know what I mean. That there's no notifiable hops leaping out at you or anything. Maybe a few ever so slightly earthy tones, but that's about it. But it's ever so smooth. Now this is quite a few weeks old now, and when it were really young, on back end it had like a, it's hard to explain, it was like a burnt flavour, a burnt edge to it, but that's subsided now, and it's not hardly any bitterness at all, just a bit of a lingering with this. I can only explain it as like a burnt flavour, but it's subsided and it's blended in and it's lovely, really is lovely, just to have as a pale, just as a keg filler, really spot on. And I never told you to, oh gee, did I? I've gonna lost my page now. I'm sure it was somewhat like 3.8. Oh, here we go. The let's have a look. Original gravity 1041, expected final gravity 1012, estimated 3.8. I think I actually got, it was something like a 4.2%. It went a bit lower, which gave me a couple more points. So that's where we are with ABV. Now the hopped version, and all I did the 40 litres and I let it finish as normal, and when it was finished and it were ready to bottle, I just bottled one half, and the other half is what I dry up to what were left. And right, straight away, citrus, you're getting fruits, even a slight bit of lemon to it, which it did say that's what that hop would give. Now I didn't think that had come through, but it has slightly, not a lot, but just really nice aroma. Anyway, cheers. Straight away, it's giving it a bit of a dryness, and there is a lemon edge in your taste. It is gorgeous. Now I had one of these a couple of nights ago, and I followed it with a Hobgoblin IPA. For those of you that's had one of them. Now I'm not saying it's a clone version of that in any way, but it's very similar. Hobgoblin IPA-esque, if you like. Really nice. This will be getting done again, and I won't be splitting batch. I'll be doing it all like this. there's a slight sweetness at first, and that goes into a dryness which lingers a bit and then leaves you with a little bit of lemon. Not any bitterness as such, but really nice, really smooth. I recommend it. If you're somebody that likes a pale, that is as good a pale as any. And like I've said, it's really good for, I will be experimenting now, brewing this and split batching again maybe a bit later on, dry hopping it with other hops that, excuse me, I've not used or I don't use that often. That now I will be using that Much Awaker again for sure. Really good. I bet that Much Awaker would be good in a smash beer. Bet it'd be really good. Seems like a hop that'll hold its own, not easily overpowered. So there you have it, boys. The pale ale, 1 brew, 2 beers, spot on. And while I've got your attention, don't forget, we've got maybe a week tops probably of my 1,000 subs competition left to win a Yorkshire flag and some other gifts and things. So if you've not checked out my last video, check that out. I explain everything you need to know in that video, and leave a comment and have a go. You never know, you might be lucky. So with that, we'll leave it there. We'll not take this one too long, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers everybody.